Hey guys, so today I actually wanted to just show my flawless face routine. So I'm going to be showing how I, at least if I'm going out or really want to look perfected, then I will maybe do all these steps, but I mean on a day-to-day I don't typically. I'll cut out several of these steps just because it's quicker or easier, or I really don't need all of this on my face every single day, you know, it's unnecessary. So I'm basically going to be showing my foundation, powder, contour, highlighting, all of that. So let's just get going. So first, I actually think it's most important to make sure that your face is prepped before you start anything, even before a primer. So I already put on my toner and moisturizer for today. And then I also like to, especially with any client, start off with a Fix Plus spray, because this just gets the skin hydrated and awake and ready for the rest to be put on. And it's just super refreshing. Who doesn't want to start any day off with that? I will then prime my face. And I am today going to be using the Smashbox Photofinish Color Correcting Adjust, and I am using the green. I know they also have a blue, which is for like hydrating, and then they have just the white, which I think is just for any skin type. It's just their original, and then they have the green, which is to cancel out any redness and just all that. So yeah. I'm just gonna take it and put a nice little blob on the back of my hand. And for this, you can use your hands or whatever type of brush you prefer. I'm just gonna use a flat foundation brush just because I don't really like this brush for anything else anymore. And I'm just gonna put it, I'm mainly gonna concentrate on the spots where my foundation breaks up, because I feel like that's where it really is important to make sure you have your primer on, because it helps adhere all of the makeup you are going to be putting on. And it really makes the skin super soft for the rest of the foundation to look flawless. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't noticed already, which how could you not, I already did my eyebrows just because I already did that video, and I'll link it below, but I felt like it was just an unnecessary step, and that way you don't have to worry about waiting for that in the end to actually see me look completed, if that makes sense. The next step, this again is super unnecessary, but it is a step nonetheless that is helpful. If you happen to have bags under your eyes, or just any darkness or whatever, and you just need to brighten it up and conceal that, I really like the Matte Conceal and Correct palette. The pink color right here is really good for covering that up. And you want to make sure that you keep it just where the bags are. I don't necessarily get too dark under there. I'm pretty pale, so, but I'll show you still what it does, because it does still make a difference. So I'm going to take just a small stippling brush and put it only where those bags would be. Looks brighter already. There you go. And I was so worried about this the first time I used it, because I'm like, ooh, I do not want pink on my face, but it really is just a corrector. Just like the green primer doesn't make your face look like you have green on, it's only to, you know, cancel out any discoloration in your skin. It's not gonna just be a flat out pink color on you. Okay, so wow, I look way bright. Okay, so there's that. And then with the same brush, I'm just gonna wipe it off. And something else that's unnecessary, but a step nonetheless, if you want or if you need. Everybody's different. The yellow color in the palette is really good for canceling out any redness. So I sometimes get the Rudolph look where my nose will get kind of red, especially now that I canceled anything of that. This looks more noticeable. And then sometimes my makeup will break up around the chin and in between my eyebrows. So I'll just take that yellow and put it in those spots. That way there is a foundation underneath the foundation that we're gonna put on top. Makeup. And so if it does start to break up for whatever reason, then it will have that as its base so that it will still have that to cancel out any undertones that you do not want. Voila. Okay, so now for steps that I do usually do on a day-to-day is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, of course. And I'm just going to put that underneath the eyes. And this I put in a triangle form because the thing that you really want to make sure you don't do is, like where I put the pink to conceal my bags, if you don't put concealer or something in a triangle form, like right here, then it'll really accentuate those bags. So this will open up all of that and kind of give you that highlight effect, you know, along with the highlight and contour. So that's just the shape you're wanting. So I'll take the damp beauty blender on the small side and blend that out into the triangle under my eyes. Using the beauty blender, it's so good because you really do just dab it in instead of smearing it, and that way it doesn't disturb any of that previous stuff that we had put on underneath. Okay, now I'm going to take my Makeup Forever HD foundation and I'm gonna put a good amount on the back of my hand. And then this is unnecessary, but if you have dry skin or if you like to have that glow effect and you don't really want a super matte finish, then the MAC Strobe Cream is so awesome for that. So I'll add just a dot to the foundation, not too much, you don't want to look like a disco ball. But I'll add that to it and then I'll kind of blend that in with the beauty blender and I'll dab that around my face. And that just really gives the skin a nice glow. So if you're super dry, especially in the winter time, it looks so nice and your skin just looks extra healthy. And I'll just dab that all over where I have not yet applied anything. And you can do it in whatever order, really. I don't know why, but I just switch it up sometimes. Like I will put the foundation before the concealer under eyes, which I'll typically do that, but for some reason for this video, I just felt like doing it the other way, just to show that there are no rules for makeup, you know? Do whatever you want as long as the outcome is still just as awesome. Before I complete any liquids or creams on the face, I'm going to take the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in the Lightboost, and I'm going to apply it where a light would normally hit the face, and this helps it highlight and pop. So that would be the cheekbones, you know, and then the nose, right down the nose, the lips right above. This helps them appear larger. Anything that you want to stick out. So if you have a larger nose, you don't want to do this because that'll just accentuate it and make it appear closer. But yeah, and this also helps your face to look a little more symmetrical if you have a problem with that. And I'm just going to take the point of the beauty blender and blend that in a little bit again. And I really like this highlighter pen because it also isn't too heavy. So you can use it as a touch-up throughout the day if you are kind of getting a little, you know, darkness underneath the eyes or just looking a little tired. Swoop in that where you did the Pro Longwear concealer on top of it later in the day. Like if I'm out all day and don't feel like taking off my makeup and just want to kind of refresh and everything, I will put that underneath the eye and it won't look too cakey being put on top of my powder and all my completed stuff already. It's awesome. Next, I will take my MAC sculpting powder and Emphasize and put it underneath everywhere, or on top of everywhere that I just applied that. So all underneath the eyes, down the nose, up the lips, there and there. Okay. And then I am going to powder the rest of my face. So I'm going to take the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder, and I usually just tap a little bit into the lid with a large powder brush and dab that in everywhere else. Now I am going to contour this white face because I am looking super pale. Ghostly. Oh, how fitting. Halloween coming up so close. Okay, so with the MAC Sculpting Powder in Shadowy, it does exactly as it says. It puts shadows in the face. So if you, like when I was saying putting the lighter color where you want to pop out and, you know, brighten up, you put this color where you want to deepen and look like it's set back. So if you have a very round face, this is super helpful because you can accentuate your cheekbones to make it appear slimmer, and then you can also, you know, accentuate around the jawline or make your forehead look smaller or your nose or whatever. This is where you start correcting any flaws that you're uncomfortable with. A side note, I forgot to say, the Pro Longwear concealer or anything under the eyes, I prefer to use maybe a shade or two lighter, which is a little difficult because I'm already pretty pale, but it is helpful because that helps that pop underneath there too. And you typically would want to use a warm color, not anything too cool as far as the tone of your concealer, because that helps cancel out any also darkness or anything under there, or else it might accentuate it and kind of make you look a little dulled down. Okay, so anyway, back to using Shadowy. I am first going to start with the cheekbones, and so you typically would want to do from the top of the ear to the mouth, and so right where the handle is right here is where I'm going to want to apply it. And you don't want to bring it down at all from there, and you'll just want to blend it, and if anything, into like kind of a triangle, if that makes sense. You'll see when I start applying it, I guess. But it sometimes helps to make a kissy face because it kind of shows. Sometimes it doesn't. Not everybody's face is the same to where it will, but that is what you typically would want to look for. And I'll kind of blend it a little bit. I'll finish that up on this side. And you can kind of do a little curve there that accentuates your cheeks a little bit. And you can see my face is already looking like sunken in a little bit, and I like to kind of put a little bit around the ears too, so that it doesn't look like white ear versus you're contouring or bronzing or whatever it is you're wanting to do. And then you can, yeah, make the bottom of your face look less large by putting it there. It's all just a matter of preference, and everyone's face shape is different. Earrings are going crazy. Okay, and then I'll take a little bit more and put it around my hairline. And then if you want, you can take a little bit with a smaller, this is like kind of a angled flat blending brush, and I kind of did this I think in a previous video, but I'll show it again. And you want to make sure that you stay away from the center of your nose because you don't want to look beat up or anything. And then I'll take that same setting brush from Techniques and my Emphasize and put it down the middle again to make sure that it does stay light. Again, all this is very unnecessary, but I'm just showing you all the things that I know I can do for different clients and whatever, for whatever the outcome I want. So there's that. And next I'm gonna go in with my blush, and I'm just gonna use a little blush brush. And for today, I guess I'll use Dollymix from MAC. And I usually tell my clients to give me a fake like bitch smile or something because it always accentuates the apples of your cheeks. So with that said, and I usually keep it right around there, and I'll kind of blend it into the contour. So circle and back. There's that. And then I believe lastly, yeah, I think that's the last step, would be the shimmer highlight. So if you're a little bit older and maybe have more wrinkles and all that, shimmer isn't very great for that because then it might sink in the wrinkles and kind of accentuate them a little bit more. So I would just make sure that I use the lighter highlighting steps that we did, like with the Lightboost highlighter pen. But if you do want a little bit of shimmer and glow in the face, then this is an awesome step because it really makes the face glow all that more. So I'm using the Mary Luminizer by the Balm, and with a small angle brush I'm gonna put some on and put it right where those places were that we want the light to hit and pop out, the bones in the face, so the cheekbones. Down the nose, above the lips, chin, and maybe straight down the center. All right, there's the completed face look. So then also I like to probably finish the face with the Fix Plus again. So like start it off with that to boost it and hydrate it and all that, and then setting it with this at the end also helps all of that makeup sink into the skin and just look flawless and as natural as possible because it takes away any cakiness that might be there. All done. Thanks for watching, you guys, and as usual, please like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Until next time.